Captain Raheem Bradley from coming from you from the United States in Chicago, Illinois, representing Shema Media Productions, and we make TV shows and film events in Chicago. But I'm sure y'all don't want to hear that. Thing is, what I am you get ready to hear the news from the perspective from somebody in the United States of America in Chicago, Illinois. And let me get on down with it because you know what, there's a lot of news stories, and I would like for you to, give your input. You know, you from the United States, Canada, Europe, Asia, Africa, UK, Asia. Please, you know what? Hey, put something in the chat room. And you know what? That would be good. You can call up and participate because the telephone number is right down there. And as y'all know, we are going through things that are catastrophic, things that are happening in the United States of America. That's why I have this background. You know what? Behind me. You know what? America, the New World Order. You know what? I'm learning to configure this and get this better, but it takes time. And thank you for all the people um, that teach me how to use Google AdWords, and Chat GPT, and AI technology and green screen. But what is going on in the news? A lot of people just don't know. First of all, I want to say something. There is for people that are looking at this, you might see this, and it might be old, might be new, because you never saw it before. But you'll be able to look back in history and see what somebody was thinking and what was going on globally in the United States of America and globally on in 2003, March the 5th, 2003. You'll be able to use this, because once it's in cyberspace, it's forever. Somebody got it. So you're able to use this case study. So this is what went on. Like in the United States of America, there's like it's a terrible snowstorm that took place, and people just have been ramsacked in California, okay, and actually Nevada. Nevada is supposed to be something like a desert, but you know what? That's where Las Vegas is. So you know what? There's not 5 inches of snow. There are 5 feet of snow. So there are people that are snowed in. So you know somebody that is in Nevada, and, and, and you know somebody that is in Nevada, or somebody that is in California, and as it's California crest line, and it is Nevada Sierra, according to what I know. And thing is, these snowstorms that are happening we have to be aware. You know what? We have to be guardians of this planet. Now, there's somebody out there that does not believe in global warming, and there's somebody that does believe in global warming. What do you think? I think that we are caretakers of the earth and the carbon monoxide and the toxins that we put into the atmosphere and go up to the ionosphere. I think that you know what you're seeing all of these things happen globally, a global shift with the weather. And you know what? That's really we have to be better stewards of the country. If we cut down a tree, we make so much tumble. Hell, we gotta plant one. Okay, we got to. You know what? We got to be better. I'm talking about what on recycling. That's something that we ought to, that's something that we should strive to do. And you know what? That is what's going on in the United States of America with the weather. Like I say, the Weather Channel with the Weather Channel, and you know what? I noticed that we're becoming more savvy with the weather, but we're not being good stewards of Mother Nature. I'm talking about in terms of protecting the atmosphere. But so you know what? So my prayers go out to the people that if somebody actually wrote something in snow saying, "Help us, help us, help us," and you know what? What is going on, man? You know what? I was looking at CPAC yesterday. CPAC is where people in the Republican Party they come together and they're sort of getting ready. They're sort of getting ready for the next presidential election. And you know what Donald Trump, what former President Donald Trump and Joe Biden, and I thought it was very, 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 very interesting. Very interesting. I look at that. I'm not going to tell you who I voted for, but you probably got a good idea. But you know what? Think that Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump, he made some legitimate points. And I also think that Joe Biden makes some legitimate points. And you know what? This is going to make for a very good presidential race. And I was very surprised to learn that there is going to be a lady. I forgot the lady's name, but she's going to challenge. She's going to challenge um, President Joe Biden in a Democratic race because usually when an individual is the president of the United States, okay, usually the party backs that individual 100%. But the thing is, she believes that it is time for change for Joe Biden. And actually, Donald Trump believes the same thing. I guess they agree they agree on those two issues. But watching CPAC yesterday, it was very, very interesting. I have to tell y'all something. I never really looked at a Republican debate until Donald Trump. Donald Trump made it interesting. Former President Donald Trump made it. Did former President Donald Trump, did he make it interesting for you? Made it interesting for me. I'm saying that because you know what? I am a news addict. I love the news. That's something I love. But CPAC was just interesting. I think that former President Donald Trump made some legitimate points. And I'm not going to sit up here and say that I agree with 100% of everything that he said. Hell, that's things that I say and I recant that I don't even. I say, whoa, you know what I was wrong about. I think he made a legitimate point when it came to NATO, whereas it, the United States is protecting a country that they should pay their fair share and economically. Whereas if I'm guarding your home and you're not paying anything to help to guard my home, and you know what, you should contribute towards me protecting your home. But I believe that, but there's some things that I disagree with, you know, but the Democrats and Republicans that I was complaining about really didn't care about NATO paying anything to protect themselves. They had plenty enough time to do. They had plenty enough time to do. You know, um, former President Donald Trump said something when he was in a debate with Hillary Clinton. She complained about the taxes. I thought it was pretty funny. And you know what? Former President Donald Trump, he looked at her and said, Hillary, you've been in office such and such, how many years? He said, if you didn't like the the structure of the taxes for the IRS, you didn't fight to change it. I would have been glad to pay my taxes. He said, the thing is, you didn't change it because you benefited and your friends benefited. You know what when former President Donald Trump said it, I was like, you know what? I never even thought about that. You know, he said, all I'm doing is just using the rules. But there's things that there's like one issue that I don't agree with, but some people do agree with. Some people believe that Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump, believed that race theory should not be taught. Should not be taught. I believe it should be taught. Okay, but this is going to be a very interesting presidential race that is coming up. I mean, it's a lot on the table. From and incidentally, for individuals that don't know, this was on the news, and what happened is the United States of America have Ukrainian pilots that are training. They're training right now to fly F-16 fighter planes to do combat against Russia. Some I say, hey, they're trying to turn back into the USSR communists. And the thing is, we're training them. And the thing is, I mean, people that listen, do you think that that's right? and train them. Do you think that we are spending entirely too much money in the Ukraine? And do you think they belong? It's just interesting. It's interesting to me. It's interesting. And there was a plane that had to make an emergency run to Cuba. Emergency. Because what happened is the plane was flying, and what happened is the turbulence, not the turbulence, a plane apparently flew into one of their jet engines and then clogged it, and they had to make a emergency landing in Cuba. In Cuba, that is something that they had to do, and it's just a lot of things. And there's a basketball that in the United States of America called Jay Durant, not Kevin Durant of the Golden State Warriors. I'm talking about Jay Durant. He plays for the Memphis Grizzlies, and what he did was he did something on a social media platform. I don't know if it was TikTok. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was TikTok or Facebook Live or whatever, a YouTube Live. I don't know. But what happened is he was at a party. This guy's a multimillionaire. He plays for an NBA basketball team called the Memphis Grizzlies. And the thing is, he held up a gun, posing with posing with a gun, like he someone came from a community where he just did not have a lot of money. And I don't know what he was trying to prove to the individuals or his companions that he's with on social media, holding up a gun. Why would you hold up a gun? Because you know what, the NBA has moral clauses, but you cannot just do certain things. You can't do Stephen A. that comes on ESPN. He's a sports announcer, okay, for ESPN. He said that of Jay Durant of the Memphis Grizzlies. Hey, the thing is, you have obligations, you have responsibilities, I'm not gonna say that he's a role model because actually your parents should be your role models, really should. But the thing is, so he has a contract with Nikes, okay, Nikes is individuals that make gym shoes for people that are looking at this in history. Okay. And Gatorade. Gatorade is something that you drink to replenish your body after you had a hard workout and you lost electrolytes. Electrolytes give you energy. Okay. And what happened is it's a possibility that he may lose his contract for that. And you know what? Very interesting. Very interesting. Again, like I said, the Ukraine, there's a war going on in the Ukraine, and I'm hoping that it does not escalate. I'm believing that it is going to escalate, and they're saying that it is a possibility. It's a possibility that China, China President, and he may give lethal arms to Russia, which they say it's a possibility. But you know what? President Joe Biden is just warning. He's just warning against this. You know what? I was listening to President Donald Trump, and you know what he said? Mm, this wouldn't have went on my watch. It just would not have went on my watch. And I wonder, you know what I kind of think? I kind of think that world leaders, I believe that they was not ended by Donald Trump, but they knew that Donald Trump would be fast to pull the trigger if you tried to overpower the United States of America with strategies that were not congruent with the United States policies as far as tariffs and all that. I just think that I think that President Joe Biden, I think that he is a good man. He's a good man. I feel he's a good man. And you know what? But sometimes when you're a good man, you must be forceful and not just say rhetoric. What you're gonna do? It's like, you know what? my child does something. I'm not saying China and Russia is a child, but I'm saying my child does something. And you know what? I just keep on warning my child, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then at some point, that child, or that individual is saying, well, you know what, he's not gonna say anything, but don't do it. So there's not any real underlying repercussions that go. His bark is worse than his bite. I believe that Joe Biden believes in diplomacy, but sometimes, like something Donald Trump said. He said these leaders are smart. I'm talking about these foreign leaders, these communist parties, and these dictatorial governments. They are smart. And I believe that the Communist Party of China is outsmart in the United States of America. I mean, again, hate to talk about TikTok. TikTok is a social media program that individuals that is operated within China. And the thing is, what they're doing is they're collecting information and they're collecting data. You know what? And I feel like China's. I don't feel they're Russia, but if you disagree with me, let me know. I don't feel that Russia is the real threat to the United States of America. I feel that China is the real threat to the United States of America. But the thing is, what China is doing, they treading water. They like playing two ends against the middle. And you know what? Act like I'm on this side. Act like I'm on this side. And you know what I do? I do is I stay in the middle. And what I do is I'll get the gas from Russia and I'll sell them non-lethal weapons. And to stay in the middle, they say, oh, the United States, they get a lot of our goods. So we're going to stay in the middle and have them continue to buy goods from China. And this will bulk up our military. And while they are busy, they're busy in the Ukraine. We will sit down and make a case study of how they are handling things, how they are proceeding things, how they are what they're doing in situations. Because they have individuals that are strategists when it comes to military, and they're sitting down and evaluating. And I don't feel something. The Godfather said it was a movie called The Godfather. And what happened is the Undertaker said something. Because you know what? The Undertaker wanted the Godfather to do a problem. He wanted to do something to somebody. Not gonna say what he wanted him to do, but it wasn't good. And he just told him, "Your enemies will become my enemies. My enemies will become your enemies, and then they will fail." I don't feel. I feel that they, to a sense, they fear Donald Trump to a certain extent. I'm not saying that they petrified, but they know by sitting back and studying Joe Biden, he's about diplomacy and negotiation and talk. But they understand that. And I think what Chinese are doing, out of Asia, Chinese are doing, they're using that to their advantage because they can do something and say, sit down and say, we're going to talk about it. And you know what, President Joe Biden, he's going to go for that. But I think they fear, like the Godfather said to the man, when he said, your enemies will become my enemies. It's probably what Donald Trump might have said to the Undertaker and the Godfather. He said, your enemies will become my enemies. He said, then they will fear. And the thing is, I don't feel that they fear President Joe Biden. I respect him. You know, I respect him for attempting to take care of loans for individuals that are impoverished and people to forgive the loan forgiveness. But like I said, I don't feel that they don't fear him because they know. Oh, he's going to get down and talk. All they have to come to him is say, come and say, you know what? Let's talk about this situation, even after they did wrong. But those are my personal feelings. And, you may have different feelings. So, you're looking at the Underground Railroad. We come on in Chicago. every Saturday night at 10:30. And I want y'all to help out to pay the bills because the link of vidIQ, which I use, will be in the description and you can use it for free. But if you like it, utilize my link because what happens is when you use vidIQ, it helps this platform to grow. What is vidIQ? vidIQ is something that helps you to get tags and keywords to describe what your YouTube video or social media content is going to be about. Okay. And the thing is, it can help drive more traffic to your website, to your YouTube website. And the thing is, if you use it, but it's not magic. You have to do the work. You have to do the work, man. Make a donation to at my PayPal account. And you know what? This helps the platform. But in Chicago, what we do is we make television shows in Chicago, and I can do something like this for you. It's not free, you know, because there's some individuals out there that would love to exploit people for free, to do something free. But I'm one of these that believe in a symbiotic relationship. If it's not a symbiotic relationship, I'm not going to be bothered with it too much anyway. But I listen to people. You know, people say one thing and they do another thing. I want to thank the people on YouTube, Yahoo, MSN that did videos and had information about green screen. It helped me to get in this road Pro Master 2. I'm going to hey, you know what? I'm loving this. I never knew what it was to have a audio mixer, actually. And you know what? I'm still learning. But I'm going to do some tutorials on vidIQ. And I'm going to do something um, with Real Stream, because I'm going to put the description there. I'm going to and StreamYard and Melon live streaming. I want y'all to the affiliate links would be there, but this is helping this platform to grow. And there are people that have made donations to to the Underground Railroad television show in Chicago in the United States. And I appreciate that. And if you cannot make a donation, I ask humbly, you know what, include me in your prayers. Because I believe in the power of prayer. Your lives. Include me. Include me because I'm trying to build a platform, whether I'm using Facebook, Rumble, or Facebook, YouTube, or Yahoo, whatever I'm using the social media to be able to disseminate information. So if there's one person that listens to me, whatever, because I'll get whatever is allocated for me according to what I know. But a lot. And like I said, look at this and share this. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. But I'm striving to make better shows. I'm gonna try to get Dr. Lee Warren back on. And I'm gonna try to get Randy Evans back on. And there's some other people that I want to come on next week. But who knows? I might not even make it upstairs. If it's Allah's will. So I want to say I'm gonna make this short and sweet. Say assalamu alaikum and peace and blessings be upon you to the people in the United States, Central America, Asia, Africa, UK, Europe, Alaska, North and South Alaska, and China, and all these countries. You know what? And Turkey. And then can I forget the people in Turkey because that earthquake, a lot of people were overcome by that earthquake. People look up HARP. I want people to look up HARP. HARP. HARRP. Look it up. I'm not gonna say what it is, because you may even call me back and let me know. And the thing is, I just want to, want to thank everybody for looking at my show, and I'm striving to make it better than what it was last year. I want to say thank you to all of my teachers at Kennedy King College in the radio and TV, in the media production um, classes, our curriculum for helping me to grow in the field of my chosen field. I would like to be. Who knows? I might not even go no further this. Father, I might go as my basement, but you know what? I know that all of this right here, all this is temporary anyway. You know, you doing this without a mission, it don't make no difference. So if I get a donation, fine. If I don't, because you know what, I do know that whatever's prophesied for me to get, no man or woman has the power to withhold it. No man has the power to give it to me if that's not meant for me. It won't make no difference anyway. You know, I'm thankful just to be able to walk, talk, and breathe and see refuge and Allah. You know what? Because and you know you serve the God of your understanding. I serve God, Allah, God of my understanding, because that's more important than the material things. And people pat me on the back and say, "Oh man, you the man," and all that, because they don't have a heaven and hell, Jannah, a Gianna to put me in. They don't have that, you know. And being happy, you got to first, before you make somebody else happy, you have to be happy with your own self. Your own self. Nobody can give you that internal happiness. You have to, you have to be happy and thankful for what your Creator gives you, whether it's little or a lot. Because a lot, God, some say Jesus, you say that, knows what you deserve and what you don't deserve. So you chasing after things, but the thing is, if you striving to do what your Creator wants you to do, it's coming towards you, and you got to help somebody. What why shows like Minister Ben Willis on YouTube, and Lynn Tucker Solutions. It comes on in Can TV in Chicago, and Elmer and Company, and Mystic Vibes. Okay, and I'm pretty sure, and Audrey K. He has a fantastic show. And Mike Gleason. I don't know the name of his show. You know, watch these shows because they have YouTube. They have YouTube platforms. You know, somebody always asks me, "Man, why are you promoting them?" I say, "Brother, I'm gonna get whatever Allah God wants me to have. You know, and every blessing is not for me. Every blessing is not allocated for me. So if I can pass along that information, whereas there's other platforms that you can get information from. Good David Cost too. Good show. Okay. But if there's other platforms out there that you get information from, that is good, because I'm not self-centered. I don't believe that the world revolves around me. I don't believe that I got the best show in the world, and I don't believe that. I believe I believe I have what Allah wants me to have. And sometimes when you obtain too much, you can lose your faith. And then you think about the dunya, you glorifying the dunya out of earth, and you destroying your hereafter. So I have whatever Allah wants me to have is allotted for me. And no man or woman has the power to take that away from me unless it's by the permission of Allah God. And I know that. I know that. I know that. So I'm going to end this. You know, I'll start talking about it. I'm going to talk about Islam somewhere in the broadcast. Invite you to Islam, you know, because that's my duty. That's my duty. So I want to, to say thank you for the people that look, the people that watched, and I ask for yes, you to share. And like I said, and may Allah forgive me if I said something. If I said something that was wrong, it came from myself. If I said something that was good, it came from God. It came from Allah. And I want to thank Allah for giving me these gifts, and I'm trying to multiply these gifts to become better at disseminate information. But I'm not what I should be. Some people act like they are more. They think more of themselves than what they are. I'm not what I should, but I'm striving to get better because I tell a brother, I got more days in back of me than in front of me. So I'm gonna say, Assalamu alaikum, which means peace and blessings be upon you.